So it started because we found a lake at my new house, just a minute's walk down the road. And when we were asked, when we were told we could create anything, we said, why not a boat? And the idea started more about the boat and less about the engine. In fact, the engine was sort of a joke, It was supposed to be a paddle boat, something you could float in just to explore the lake a little bit more. But as it evolved, we kind of liked the idea of the engine more. And so basically, what we decided to do was take a old lawnmower and convert it into the outboard engine, which is the final product you see now. So it started, and it looked nothing like an engine, so we had to do a lot of chopping and changing, from scratch. We completely redid the handles. Everything was sort of down here. My fingers out. We shifted everything up. So the clamp, which was something we didn't even think about before, which is basically what we used to connect it to the boat itself. So we basically looked online and we found this design that we liked, because the design, first of all, it attaches and it's tightening. It can tighten and it can loosen as well, and it can move. It gives us two movements. It gives us this movement, which is basically this. Watch out, Felix. The side-to-side movement and the up and down movement. And again, it can be tightened both ways, and so everything can be changed. You can tighten the amount it can turn, and you can even tighten it so that will just completely stay up. Again, it was always a process with this. Originally there were the problems. We took it back, we got it changed until it was exactly what we wanted. And then finally was the propeller. Originally we took the blade, which fitted nicely onto this because it came with it, and we bent the pieces because we thought that would give us enough speed, but it actually did a whole lot of nothing, and it ended up going backwards, which we later discovered wasn't because of the way the engine was made, but it was just doing basically a whole lot of nothing. So Mr. Sudra then donated one of his old propellers which he had bought, but to accommodate it we had to make some changes onto this bit itself, but that was all well worth it because the speed we got was a lot more. And then finally, the very simple device of the rudder, which is just to give us a bit of helping for when we're steering. And so, yeah, we learned a lot about the engine, really. We can turn it around. We had very little, in fact, no experience with engines of any sort. But we learned, how to use the choke, how to, start the engine. It's a lovely engine, starts very easily, very quickly. How to use a fuel tank, because it's a combination of fuel and oil that we have to put in here, and the speed and acceleration. So all that was a really big learning process, which I think this entire thing was.